wrestling fans, welcome or welcome back. This is Discuss Impact. I'm Jason here with the Horror King, Gary. He's got his own YouTube channel, Gary's Movie Emporium. Check it out. We're going to talk some Impact Wrestling, since that's basically the name of the channel here, the latest episode, and got some kind of breaking news, I don't know if that's what it's called, or I don't know if this is a thing, but Gisele Shaw posted very, very recently, like an hour ago, having a field day, as Scott, on other news, which I think is a mistake, Scott D'Amore makes his TikTok debut. And then it's like it's Gisele and Scott, who, I don't know, but it looks like they're like kind of together, and even if they're not, I feel like they're kind of looking like they're too close together for someone in a work-y relationship, even though I know those aren't correct words.
Well,
Gary?
I noticed as of late, like Gisele has been saying a lot of different things on Twitter too. So I don't know if they're trying to play her up to this social media gimmick kind of thing for the show, and I don't know if this is trying to play into that. I have no idea. I just know somebody said they have past ties with BCW, and they're, and like, I don't know if he like gave her her first break, or if they're just
friends. I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. She was in BCW. Sorry, I don't know the right pronoun to use here. I apologize. I'm in my 40s, and to be honest, I'm not really going to get into that whole thing. I'm just going to go by the name, Gisele Shaw. So can't get any trouble with that. But that's a good point with the whole social media thing. I didn't know about that. So yeah, it could go either way. And I don't know if that's news or anything, but it just popped up, and I was like, holy shit, what the hell? That's kind of weird. And I mean, I don't just like I said, I don't think any. I don't know. I feel like it's like I feel like this would have like quickly been like a sexual like misconduct kind of thing if Gisele wasn't.
Yeah, well,
gender, but I don't want to get into that whole thing either.
Yeah, because you don't want it to be a thing like where like the promotion is just because like if they are a thing, like you don't want to have her like sleep her way to the top.
Yeah, and just to be clear, take Gisele out of this. It could be Deonna Purrazzo. I mean, she's married, but it could be anyone. Yeah. I'm just to me, it's like really weird seeing like the vice president, whoever Scott is, president. I don't know. So whatever, let's get past that and on to the show. Gotta be honest, I've been pretty down lately with Impact. The more I see Tommy Dreamer on television, and that's probably not going to change for a while. I'm not sure if he was on this episode or the next one, but yeah.
Oh no, he was clear on this episode.
Oh yeah, they had that big segment with Dreamer and
Bully. Probably my funniest segment of the night was when.
Let's start. Sorry.
Bully's like, okay, go ahead, run out of the ring,
Oh, is it to Tommy?
Yeah. And he's like, go ahead, do what you do best. He goes, you were always 10 steps behind.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he was awesome. First of all, I mean, as much as I don't like.
Yeah, I really love Bully since he's been back. Maybe not at first, but I've like each week that he's been there, like, what did he recently say too? He's not gonna lose to like guys like Skyler and.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't like the fact that they use Skyler, who they just signed. Like, that's a little stupid to me. But I mean, I love Bully is an awesome.
Well, I heard about Skyler.
Yeah.
Well, that his contract, the other contract, had ran out, and they renewed it basically and give him another multi-year deal, because I guess like he sat on the bench for like a better part of a year. So.
Yeah. Well, either way, don't job him out if you're just gonna win, or don't announce his signing until like a month after you job him out.
Yeah.
But whatever. I totally agree. I mean, Bully Ray has always been, since he's become Bully Ray, one of the best heels ever in the history of wrestling. I'll say. I've watched so much wrestling. He gave some of the greatest promos. I mean, he was just an awesome promo guy. I watched him back in the day in ECW. He was a monster. But then, he did his whole WWE thing and tag team thing. But then he became Bully Ray, and he just became a friggin' goddamn, like a top guy. He became a top guy because of his talking, not because of his wrestling. Like, let's get real.
Well, I mean, in two, he has a very good, keen sense of humor about, his experience in the ring, and like Like he uses that, like here with Tommy, for instance, he uses it against him. Like he's not wrong. I mean, when you look at ECW, I mean, who do you think of Tommy Dreamer?
Yeah.
Or do you think of the Dudleys?
Nah, I totally agree. And I mean, the only good part about Dreamer here is that he couldn't go this hard on anyone else. Bully, I mean, you know what I mean? Like these guys are like tight as hell, so like they can literally say anything. Like Dreamer mentioned his mom was sick, and Bully's like,
Yeah,
Bully's like, fuck that shit.
you're gonna treat me like this, and my mom's in the hospital.
But how about you? Now I got to mention our producer. I had him look. He watched this episode, and he said he was laughing at how Tommy Dreamer was attempting to cry. He was just like so bad at it. I also noticed that he's just such a bad actor, Dreamer, man. He's terrible. Like you know what I mean? Like Bully's killing it out there, but then you gotta like you need someone to do to play the other role. And I don't think I don't know. I just don't buy Dreamer. Like he's just a bad actor.
What it is we've seen too much of that Tommy. We've seen that.
I guess. Yeah.
WWE. We've seen that. I'm sure House of Hardcore he's done that.
Yeah. Sad Tommy.
Promotions.
Yeah, kind of sad Tommy. That's why I was hoping he would be more. Maybe he will still turn heel, like because I don't think we've seen heel Tommy. Like at least freshen him up or something.
I think that's what they're setting us up for because it's more of the bully show, kind of like he's got some things I think in the back burner with everything, and like I just feel like we're gonna see a Tommy Dreamer like maybe low blow somebody for the title or.
Totally with you on that. Sorry, we got to mention. Oh yeah, you said it. Bully got the win over Skylar. This was a really quick match, and want to jump back to the opening match, which was really good. I thought. I have said this before, man. I don't know Delirious other than before he came here. You know Delirious. Gary knows Delirious very well. He was a big Ring of Honor fan. So to me, he's like a new wrestler that I haven't seen, and I really like his move set. And I mean, hell, just the goddamn, his look. It's interesting. I mean, if anyone listens to us, like I say that shit all the time. I love interesting looks. And, Eddie's fantastic. So good stuff here and hopefully a good feud coming. And then out comes Jonathan Gresham. That was a shock. Very nice shock for the first time in a while for Impact fans.
Well, I said when Jonathan Gresham hit the apron or the stage, at the top of the staging, and he had his own Tron, like his actual would be like his thumbnail, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Behind him, you could tell it was brand new. He had new theme music, and I said right then and there, I said, yeah, I guarantee he's signed because Impact's not going to go through that to.
I'm sorry. You talking about Delirious or Gresham?
Oh, Gresham when he come down.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Down to get the kind of like make the save for Delirious.
Yeah, so they did announce after that they did that they signed Gresham. So
yeah, it was announced, but the only thing I didn't like, it does not sound like it's a multi-year deal. So
no, we can't have it all, and lately we can't have much. So I'll take a little.
I would guess maybe kind of like the deal we had with Morrissey, like we've got him under a deal, but like we're gonna keep.
But I don't think he would. I don't think there's any chance he would go to AEW after like what happened. And
no. I mean, the only thing we have probably to be afraid of is he goes up north.
All due respect, I don't think they would want him because just
they don't like
small.
His size.
Well, they would use him. I don't even know if they have a what the hell do they call it, cruiserweight division anymore. So whatever. I don't think.
Yeah. Well, then he's like a pure wrestler too, so WWE really don't have that kind of thing up there. I don't believe.
Yeah, I think the only thing we have to worry about with him is Tony changing his mind since he's got that Ring of Honor bullshit. If you didn't know,
I just hope with him and Tony having issues, I just hope there's not some issues that Gresham does have backstage because we don't need that kind of environment in Impact because we don't need to take 3 steps back like we did.
Yeah, no, I think. I don't know much, but I would guess that the bullshit was AEW's side and not on Gresham, who. Have you ever heard a bad thing about Gresham from anyone?
No, I haven't heard anything bad about him whatsoever. But I didn't know if there was more to it, and maybe wasn't all Tony because like this is a time where you don't really know. We know, as my son says, Cokehead Tony. Really but we don't know. Like maybe I don't know, maybe he was missing his wife and there was some issue, with Jonathan Gresham not being with Jordan a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe he asked for her to come in and he's like, well, I can't, you know what I mean? Like you don't really know what really goes on behind the scenes.
Totally with you on that. And what match do we got coming up next? I believe it is.
Decay and
sorry, Gary.
oh,
Oh, sorry, everyone. We've got mail. You know that noise. Okay. Checking in with the mailbag. Anyone can send mail to jaysin316@gmail.com. Not repeating it. You can figure it out or not. Hey guys, it's Debbie from Florida. I listen every week on Spotify. My answer from last week is Black Taurus in a horror film. Just want to cut that off for a second. We had a question last week. Actually, Gary had a question. Nobody answered in the comments, so now you can all screw off. And you're not getting a cool question like that at the start anymore.
Yeah, we don't lately. We haven't been getting like any comments. I don't know if it's just like that time of year, like you said, like with Impact kind of being in a bit of a doldrum right now with December.
Well, luckily, we have my mailbag, Gary, Luckily, we have my mailbag that has hundreds of thousands of unanswered mail, which we can use at any time. So Debbie asks, do you think Impact will sign more talent in 2023? And how about going on the road? Is there any chance of a UK tour? I'm guessing she's meaning in 2023, as in going on the road and a UK tour and signing more talent. Just really quick, they did sign Skyler and Gresham, so I just want to throw that in there. And Gary, you want to take it?
I don't know. For some reason, I'm getting this feeling like we'll probably go to different, venues and stuff. We might even go abroad. I just don't know if we're going to be going to the UK. I do think like that kind of thing does take a little bit of timing to just put it out there, and we haven't really heard anything from Impact in regards to the UK even. I think maybe we might be more likely to maybe go back to India, maybe, if anything.
I'm going to guess they go nowhere internationally next year, maybe 2024. Again, everyone has to remember everyone is struggling from the pandemic still, unless you're WWE. I know they have a good TV deal and all, but AEW, like, they haven't really grown in any way other than Punk when he popped in and brought a few 100,000 people with him, and then they left with him. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough time, and I don't know where I was going with that, but I don't think they're going to go anywhere this year, sadly. I do hope they go on the road more, go to some new places.
We do know they're going to Canada at least in March, isn't it?
Oh yeah, there you go. It's the first time out of the country, right?
Yeah.
So that's a good. It's a start.
Was it first time in so many years anyone's been to there or something? Because it used to be an old wrestling stomping grounds, but like kind of got vacated, like because I don't know if it's like a smaller city in Canada.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of problems with just people leaving countries and shit. COVID's kind of back again or never went away, and it's just tough traveling and whatever else. But I'm not going to get into a COVID thing and get sad about all that and make anyone miserable. But thank you for the question, Debbie. As always, you can either email us or leave a comment or use hashtag discuss PW mailbag on any, and I mean any form of social media. I have an app that will find that shit somehow. Don't worry about how. It'll do it. So, moving back to Impact, major players versus Decay. Now, I would have been okay with this match until I saw a video this week where Matt Cardona basically begged to get back with WWE, and I don't even want to talk about him, so I'm not going to.
Well, I got a contradicting story there, Jay, because like I just seen a tweet or something, and Matt Cardona says he's really been happy about the opportunity to work for Impact because it's been very much fun for him and it's given him a chance to get his confidence back again.
Where the hell did you read that, you son of a bitch?
I have no idea. I just seen it pop up, and I was like, I've got to write this down because Jay's always saying he's saying stuff about WWE, and I'm like, wow. I mean, like,
Okay, well, this was from Chris Van.
yeah.
This is from Chris Van Vliet, I believe it's pronounced. No, I know it's not, but I don't know how to say it. Chris Van Vliet? I don't know, whatever. Cardona said he would still want to be the WWE champion. I'll put it out there. One goal I've been saying for a long time is to win the championship. That's not a lie. Blah, blah, blah. Listen, when I got released, the goal was not to get back to WWE. It wasn't like, oh, what can I do to make them notice me? Blah, 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 blah. I'd love to go back at least one time for sure and win the title. So, I mean, he's not dying to. And I mean, even I got to remember that people ask questions. It's not like Cardona is running out saying, I want to go back to WWE. It's people ask questions about WWE because that's what gets views. I mean, that's why I noticed it. Like, it's like I'm a perfect example of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, he has been everywhere since he's left WWE because he was down south. He's been in NWA. I'm sure it may be, kind of a fun, to maybe be more on your own creative side with where you want to go with your character, but like to just keep going back to those, putting yourself kind of like in a Mike Bennett situation, like Bennett was saying he loved Impact, and and then next thing you know, he's on a plane uh down to was it where are they located in Florida? Is it Jacksonville?
I believe it is called West Mississippi, Florida. No, I have no idea about anything when it comes to geography, so you can take all of that. And let's get back to the show, I guess. Yeah, I lost my point there about Cardona, which I guess we both flipped me on, so fine, I'll talk about them. And the major players got the win against Decay, which, it's fine. Decay is kind of a
Well,
solid.
that was all thanks to our good buddy Spider Trey attacked Crazy Steve before the match, and it's kind of
yeah, Dickhead Trey. Also, I forgot to make a note. I forgot to mention it. My boy Yu Mura was involved in that opening thing when
Oh yeah, he tried to make the save, and then
and then then Gresham made the
he got beat down.
Yeah, then Gresham made the double save. So, I mean, it is as much as I know. I don't bash the guy. I joke about his
I mean,
stupid.
You can't really get a better peer match there than Eddie.
I mean, I joke about his name because I can't say it right, but
yeah,
guy's a good talent. We get him. Obviously, he's working from New Japan.
He to be repackaged is all.
Yeah, I mean, also I get a little angry that they get Ace and Bay for so long, and we just get UU. But it is what it is. We don't know what else happens behind the scenes. Maybe there's money or something. So backstage contract signing, I'm always a fan of these things. I would have liked this in the ring though. I feel like these are bigger deals in the ring.
Yeah, they did. They cut away to like you could tell it was something edited into the show.
Yeah. I say this all the time. Like I don't know. Like I always feel things are so much bigger in the ring. Like someone like
why not have it at the top of the ramp or something? And kind of like pan in on it, kind of like get that crowd reaction.
You usually always do for contract signings. So I don't know, kind of odd, but and they did the old WWE move where who was it? Savannah and Tasha showed up, and then they made a tag match between Mickey and Jordan, which I'm just not.
Yeah, they did do something kind of old school there, didn't they?
I feel like that's just like lazy booking, like, oh, well, now you're gonna have to team together next week. Gotcha. Like, ugh.
All we were waiting for was Theodore Long coming down and match time, playa.
Yeah.
That's all you were waiting for.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly what it is. Gary gets me. Not many people else, sadly. So, where are we now? Oh yeah, so they had that match. What is that for next week? I think.
I believe there was it was with Jordan
and the knockouts tag. Yeah, okay. So next up, Sami Callihan versus I guess he's just Angels now.
Yeah.
Is it Angels or Angles? I'm never gonna get this.
It's Angels. I just think I told you like way back when, like he was wearing Angels wings on the side of his like trunks.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I don't know. Just
I mean, I'd be
Angels.
fine with Angles. I mean, I would think a Kurt Angle is the only thing that would.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just trying to think of like angles. Like I don't know. I'm not sure if it's not really that. I don't know how catchy it is or well, whatever. Got to quickly mention a good article from the Daily DDT today, titled "The Strong First Impression of Impact Wrestling Star Masha Slamovich." Sorry, I'm a bit under the weather and don't have water with me, which I should. Gary, you should check that out. Anyone can check that out. It's on my Facebook page, Jason's Page of Awesomeness or some shit. I don't know. I got like 250 members. It's pretty cool. I think we could just
And
basically just
if you're and if you're an Avatar fan, you might want to avoid his page.
yeah. No, I'll be blasting Avatar for a while. Okay, this is pretty weird. This just popped up. I was looking up Impact News for something before. I don't know who Psycho Boy is, but I'm sorry. It's his Psycho Boy father praises John Skyler as one of the best he's ever wrestled. So that's a random thing from Fightful right there. It's a big article on Fightful today.
Well, did you see a bit of the thing between Skyler and was it Hotch?
I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, no. Be honest, no. I can't lie. I gotta be honest with fans. I have not been 100% focused on Impact lately.
Okay, well they were backstage and they were going over like I don't know. I kind of feel like I think we've said he's like a good like John Skyler's like a good hand or whatever. I just kind of feel like this was targeted against people like us and I don't know. He comes out of nowhere and he goes, something about being called a good hand. He goes, what the hell is that? He goes, is that like a backhand slap to our face or? And then they were like,
was this after he lost to Bully?
Yeah. And they showed him backstage and I don't know, he was doing some kind of like trying to get him to do a hand gesture. I don't know. Maybe our viewers out there, listeners, would be able to tell us what kind of gesture he was doing. I don't know if it's some new. I think it might be maybe directed towards the LGBTQ community. I'm not sure. But they did some kind of handshake.
That'd be ballsy as fuck. Well, again, I'm cool with that, but don't have him job out in the beginning of the goddamn show if you're gonna do any kind of character. Whatever. I just don't like that they. I really don't like that he announced that they signed him. I don't know. It feels like it's stupid. Like, why not do it after Christmas at least? If you can stop pushing the guy or anything.
Kind of an odd time to do it, like weeks or even not even weeks before the end of the year.
And just knowing he's gonna lose on like a 30-second match or whatever. But whatever. Moving on. Callahan and Angels. I like this. This is a cool feud. This is one of the few things I like. I don't like the Bully feud. I can't think of the last time I haven't been interested in a main event for a major show.
Yeah.
I'm interested in what happens after Josh wins. That's all I'm interested in. Like if Bully wins, I don't know what the
fuck I'm gonna do. That's going to be very telling right there.
Yeah, like something cool should happen.
I do think we're going to start seeing a lot more talent flowing into.
I mean, I'm a tiny bit terrified Bully wins with some kind of crazy help, but I think the big thing on the show is that Jordan's going to lose. So.
Well, I mean, I think we got to, do some serious hiring anyway, because if we want to keep it flowing through 2023, you're going to have to build that roster up.
Yeah. I had some notes here. Sorry, just let me.
And you want to keep it fresh too.
Sorry, let me run through this really fast. We've had Dreamer wrestling on TV recently. I think he's going to be again, based on spoilers. I'm not sure. Shira, I believe, is going to be on next week's episode. Bhupinder has been wrestling. Sorry, who was on this one? Okay, Bhupinder with Hendry, who's okay, against Swinger, Zicky Dice, and who'd you say, Hotch, and the dude who just got signed. Yes, man. And like, okay, that's all good, but
and then we also, I guess we signed Anthony Green as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry, and Anthony Green who popped up. And listen, that's all good, but a few years ago we had LAX, the Lucha Brothers, the Rascals, Brian Cage, Eli Drake, Killer Cross. Like, they were all on the show at the same goddamn time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just hard for me, like, because I watched the show.
Like, yeah, I totally get it. I mean, it's hard to, like, it's definitely kind of like if you made a sequel to a movie and you tried to bring back as many of the original people you could if they survived or something. But like in this case, it's kind of maybe a little lazy only because we don't have the money. I mean, it's their fault. They don't have the money to get them, but it's like you kind of have to fill those characters, and it's kind of like with the B cast. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you
Yeah,
know,
and here's something that made me sad this week again, coming from Tommy. I mean, and I got mad that he said it, but it's totally true. He said if when they were talking about shit who just got released. Well, no, they were talking about this magical world where Sasha Banks is going to go to another promotion, which I believe is total bullshit. I think she'll be at the Rumble. I think she's. I know New Japan is now working with WWE. It's like an open thing. So I mean, the fact that Sasha Banks is going to their Wrestle
I
Kingdom and
did
like
something on that. I just
and
didn't know if it was legit.
yeah, like nobody's putting one and one together there, but whatever. Tommy said Impact would love to sign her if AEW didn't, which means like that's where they're at, and that sucks. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we
they
get,
kind of know their place.
yeah, I mean, and that sucks. Like they have money, but whatever. I mean, it's hard to. I mean, like I don't know who to blame. You know, like 'cause I mean, I guess like, you can't blame the people in
Well, I
charge
guess
for.
Foley tried to make a push for Impact to try and sign. What was that lady that was just released? Not Sasha. She kind of went on her own, left, but this lady got fired or released.
Oh, the one who left was I can't. It was like not Cameron. Jeez, I forget her name. God.
You know who I mean? Like, I even put it.
Naomi.
No, this was somebody that was really good, but I don't know. I can't remember.
Kyrie Sane.
No, I don't think it was her either.
All right, well then I give up. Screw you, Gary. Sorry, what else do we got here? Okay, yeah, this match kind of lost me. I'll be honest. Even though it was 3 minutes. I like Joe Hendry coming out and people cheering, but like I don't. This was a BTI match. Hendry, Bupinder versus Swinger and Dice. To me, you know.
Oh, that was that on the main show or was that a BTI?
Yeah, no, that was on the main show.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I mean. Like little, I mean, it kind of throws you for a loop a little bit because it's like you would think this would be on like BTI, just be, I mean, outside of Joe Hendry, I mean, the rest are kind of like either jobbers or comedy acts, if you will.
Yeah, like I'm cool with like one of them on the show, like or
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I kind of don't like the pairing with Hendry because I don't really like him being in that scenario.
And I agree because I mean, it's kind of like a bunch of jobbers, and Joe Hendry, who they're trying to push as not a jobber.
Yeah, because it kind of like defames the title a little bit that he's carrying currently because he's in that rivalry with Moose.
Totally agree. I mean, I guess if their point is to make him look like the best in the ring, it worked. Or as the most entertaining guy. Also, Gujar got the pin here, so good for him. We're always complaining. They don't know what the hell they're doing, so at least do something with him. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say I'm a big fan with him, but if you're going to push him, push him.
I like his gargoyle spear from the corner, but my problem with it is, he's going to set up for that. Why walk into it?
Oh, yeah. Well,
it's kind of a setup move. You know what I mean? It's like pre-planned or whatever.
There's a bunch of moves I can complain about like that. Like
it just doesn't look too convincing. You know what I mean?
Like when people punch the ground. I think Randy Orton does it.
Kind of like when they use the barbed wire. It is like the barbs aren't there and they're like bent over.
I think it's Orton. Like he punches the ground. And I'm thinking, if you're laying there, like don't stand up, but he's punching the ground. Just roll out. You know what's coming.
Yeah, you're gonna get hit.
Have you never watched an episode of wrestling? All right. I think we got one more match here and hitting some good time. So, look at that. Coming out of nowhere. One more piece of mail. And like I say, I read every piece of mail. So I did see this one ahead of time. And all it says is, it's T&I, motherfuckers. And then it came with this. Ready, Gary?
Yeah.
It's a fart noise, everyone. They sent us a fart noise. So, I mean, I'll give them a quick plug. That's Total Nonstop Impact. And if you like fart noises and dick jokes, you will get a lot of that with those guys. Okay, back.
This is people that have the Manscaped as their...
Yeah. I'm sure they...
Sponsor.
Yeah. Fun fact, they have parties every Saturday night and manscape each other, all those dudes. So, getting to the main event here, it's the Motor City Machine Guns, who, I got to say, I feel like I don't remember they're on the show sometimes, and I see them, and I'm like, fuck yeah, you know what I mean? Because they, I feel like they're maybe like the most talented by far out of like anyone on the show, other than like Josh maybe at this point.
Well, I did see an article. You'd sent me that like top 10 thing, the top 10 best Impact Wrestling matches that we were
Oh
talking about
yeah,
doing
that's
it maybe next week. Um,
it's on what culture?
list on there too for the worst gimmicks currently in Impact, and Rhino and Heath are like, I don't know if they're like middle of the pack out of the top 10, but they're on that list too. So I mean,
Sorry, that was
I'm kind of right there with them. So I mean, whoever made the list is at least from what I see is pretty much nailed it with me on the Rhino Heath team
that's
up kind of thing.
that's from the sportster.com, and that's funny. That's one of those things I don't know, I guess I haven't paid attention to, but like a lot of people I've been reading, I was on Reddit and like a ton of people were just bashing them. And like I thought it was like, I don't know, I thought it was like, they're a fun team, but like I've seen people say like you can tell the second the match starts, they're like mailing it in, like like
Yeah,
it's a used boring act. They're not even that good in the ring.
it is with me because like it's always Heath that's in trouble, and then here comes Big Rhino to the save. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like it's going to be a setup because when they actually the final of this match, we all know who won the match, but after the match, you could kind of tell like maybe they were thinking about breaking them up because I thought Heath looked really ticked off here.
Well, I guess it's helpful for me that I didn't watch WWE at the time.
Ah, yeah.
So like I didn't really get the whole Heath. I mean, I saw the part like
Well,
where
see, I did, and he was part of the
he
three-man band with
oh yeah, I mean I got that. Oh yeah, man, that's crazy. Who's the other guy? Jesus.
Um,
Imagine, imagine Drew McIntyre with such a jobber, and now he's like a top
yeah,
guy.
and then he was with a Indian wrestler too. I can't remember his name.
Sorry, got to throw in Eli Drake again, who, as part of my guys who were recently, on Impact, like the roster was so stacked. That was like, and it feels like it wasn't that long ago, but it must have been like 3, 5 years. Because I'm talking
Well,
three.
the production back then was amazing. I thought. I mean,
Oh my God, that's another thing. Jesus, I watched NWA, which I haven't watched in years. And I didn't know about that. Have you checked on the NWA at all?
I didn't. I kind of stopped watching them when they went on a bit of a
Like,
hiatus.
remember how sick they looked at the beginning?
Yeah, they were like kind of like the old school throwback, and they
Yeah,
were kind
now
of
it's now
purple and kind of.
now everyone looks like old Ring of Honor, where it's just fucking pitch black. You know what I mean? It's dark
Yeah,
as hell. Like
yeah.
Impact is the
But
same.
I
Is
think they
basically the same.
switch out a venue too, and they're kind of like smaller now. Like
Oh, it looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible. And I was honestly just watching to see that intro and like I was gonna try and compare it to Impact and be like, how come NWA can still have this cool shit, but they don't. So I
well,
didn't.
that they
So
claim that's what was they claim that's what caused what's his get Magnus there this real Nick Aldis. That's the thing. He said we were the cool
I
factor, and now
yeah.
it's
I mean, I think it's obviously money, and Billy just doesn't give a fuck anymore. I mean,
I think he's
Tyra.
running out of money. If
I
you're
mean, Tyra's just the goddamn world. You think he's running out of money though? I mean, it's Billy Corgan.
well, I mean, I think he's maybe getting
I,
sick of the game.
I
Maybe
know. I know my friend Larry is laughing. He's listening because he is not a Smashing Pumpkins fan and does not think they are an all-time great band like I do. So,
I think he's starting to see it bleed money, if you will. I mean, I know he probably doesn't have a lot of talent on the roster that he.
oh, not at all. But I mean, I think the oldest thing was like he just didn't. I think it was obviously money. I mean,
Because he did make a complaint. He said coming out of Impact, he did not realize these tapings were very expensive, and he didn't realize that Impact had really spent all this money in production that
oh yeah, yeah,
he's not
yeah.
doing in NWA.
A lot of things he learned the hard way, Billy. So yeah, back to Heath and Rhino here. I mean, I don't know. I was kind of on the other side of this when everyone's kind of more against Heath and Rhino. I was like, they're all right. I'm cool with them. But yeah, they're not that good in the ring. I've noticed. I did catch that part. I mean, I still kind of like Heath as a character. I think Rhino's, I think he was done like 10 years ago, but he's still good as a tag team guy.
Yeah, he definitely is. It's just I thought with what we were going to get from Heath, I thought we were honestly going to get a singles push.
Why give
him into that?
Why give them the titles? Why'd they get the tag titles? Oh, the Kingdom left, right?
Yeah, they had beat them the last show that they left for, I guess,
So
greener pastures, which I'm sure about now they're finding out different.
Oh God! How about Taven being on the pre-show of the Ring of Honor pay-per-view? The Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Everyone of you that I've been listening. I've actually listened to like 2 different podcasts this week. I'm listening to Conan.
Well, I felt like people were watching the product a little bit more when we had Honor No More. If you look back at
totally agree.
We were always over 100,000 or on the cusp of it. I know December and November are kind of a tough time, but
I think it's a combination of both of those. Even though I think ratings actually went up this week or last week a tiny bit.
They did go up last week. I wasn't able to get them this week because it wasn't.
Okay, well then they were probably really terrible this week because we're getting close to the holidays, and like you said, they don't really have like they don't really have a great like interesting story right now. Like I don't know I thought it was awesome. Like I really like it. That kept me every week like really interested. Like I always say, you need one cool thing. AEW I don't think has it. Like there's like I really try. I try to like latch on to like one thing. Like Impact, I'll pretty much watch forever. Like I'm an Impact fan. I've always been, and not always been, but I've been since like the Hogan days, which is kind of hysterical. I think like how many people started watching around the Hogan days?
Yeah,
we could do a whole show. We could do a whole show on that one time.
Great under the Hogan regime and everything, but you can't go live like every taping or whatever. You know what I mean?
I got to give it to you. I thought you used to be a little too much on like the look of the shows and stuff, but goddamn, I've been watching like a lot more wrestling lately, and NXT looks a billion times better than the second best promotion, AEW.
If I was in their promotion, I'd be standing there in the ring looking at all the lights. I'd be like, "Oh, we got
seriously, it's insane." It's like there's laser light shows happening in the background.
It's gotta be a great feeling. You're coming to the ring
at WWE shows. Yeah, it's insane the difference. Like it is absolutely insane. Like sometimes I would just watch because it's so fucking bright. You know what I mean? It's like I'm stoned and I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're at the Super Bowl and everyone else is at the Super Bowl.
And again, like can you really blame wrestlers for wanting to be there? Like,
no, I get the glitz and glamour, but I don't know. I'm one of those people that are loyal, and somebody gives you that first chance or even gives you a solid contract and gives you a little bit more choice with your creative. I think I would rather do that, honestly.
Well, without getting personal, let's say I know you work for X and Y calls you right now saying they'll give you double.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a little with a family. It's definitely different, but a lot of these talents don't even have family, so
yeah, that's true.
Maybe they won't want to work 365.
See, I think that's why a lot of young people like the Rascals, like they were cool with Impact for a while, and like LAX, then maybe they kind of get families and whatever else. But we're kind of veering off with that, and got through everything, I'm pretty sure, other than it was a giant title change, which we probably should have mentioned earlier. But
well, it's easy to forget, like when you got like a lot going on, and then we had some news this week, and then I wanted to add we have a bit more news. Black Taurus, I guess he must have threw up one of his old, the bull mask that he wears. He's put up on eBay. He's got it up for auction, and he's going to be donating the proceeds to Joe Doring and Barry Windham.
Cool.
Barry awesome. Windham, I believe.
That's awesome.
Recently had a very devastating heart attack.
Yeah, didn't think he was going to make it actually, and he pulled through. Somebody's wrestlers, man. Awesome. So that was awesome news there, and awesome job by him. Now is that on the Impact eBay page?
Yes, it is. That's the very one. Yeah.
Again, I'm pretty sure this is I don't know if this is new or if they just started promoting it, but like I don't know. They've just started promoting it, so whatever. Check it out. Impact eBay page. I'm not sure what the hell it is. I'm sure you can just Google Impact Wrestling when you get to eBay, right? I don't know. We got Gary's dog and popping in, and maybe his family and kids. And
hi. Can you say hi, Impact Wrestling Nation?
Hey. Look at that. We got a guest, Gary's awesome kid. A multiple time guest.
Sorry about that, guys.
Our first time ever, multiple time guest. Congratulations. Still going back there. Trying to steal the show from Gary. Gotta give it
Yeah,
to him.
he already did. As they say, kids steal the attention of everything they're in.
Gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to that kid. Came in, got his shit in, knew there was a podcast going on, was like, you know what? I'm getting in on this.
He didn't even cry.
So, yeah, I don't know if we have much else unless you do. Next week we got. Sorry. I want to say I'm shocked there's a real show this week.
Oh yeah, I am too. Just because I thought we wouldn't see a graphic where it would say the match. Okay, just go, Mama.
It's okay. It happens. It's late.
Yeah, it's just that I wouldn't have thought we would have had it just for past years because it was the very week of Christmas.
Not even the week. It's the 22nd. I mean, well, okay. I guess it's not too bad actually. Right, yeah. Sorry. I thought Christmas was on Friday. My bad.
Maybe they're saving it for the week after or some kind of best of or something. I'm thinking.
Well, they're not going anywhere, right? Do they have time to tape anything before that?
No, they don't, but they have some in the can, and I don't know how deep into the tapings I know we got our first one under our belt, but if we do a best of this week, that will take us into January, true. And then I think we got that would leave us with 3 more episodes. So I don't know what, unless we did a shorter taping for one of them.
Yeah, I saw some spoilers, but I'm thinking of I don't know. They might be kind of longer than we think sometimes. The way they.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They can fill it with a lot of content,
Yeah, like that backstage thing took some time this week and whatever else. And that's about it. We will catch you next week. We don't take vacations like some other people. Not really a shot on anyone. I'm just guessing people are taking vacations. I don't know.
So is that top 10 thing something you're looking at?
Yeah, well. Oh, yeah. I mean, well, wait. I mean, we could do our own, you saying?
Or whatever that article you had sent me. I mean, we could always go.
See, fans, this is extra BTS you're getting right now. So, actually, nope. Sorry, we just passed 40 minutes, so we're gonna have to let you go and continue this BTS after you guys are not listening anymore. So, peace out. See you next time.
Take care, everybody.